Dude. Tobey Mcquire says that he would reprise, like, be Spider-Man again because he loved the films. Now, I grew up on his Spider-Man in terms of movies. I grew up on his Spider-Man. I've seen all 3 movies. The first one was really good. The second one is debatably the best. The third one, even though it's debatably the worst of the 3, is my favorite just to see emo Peter dancing, you know. And I shouldn't probably be dancing as I am getting over this book that I currently have and with a sleeping cat on my lap. So I'm going to stop. But, Tobey Maguire will always be the Spider-Man for me. And the moment when I saw Tobey in No Way Home, even though I knew that him or Andrew Garfield was going to be in there, don't get me wrong, I did nerd out immediately when I saw Andrew Garfield. I was like, yay, okay, yay, Andrew Garfield is here. Okay, yeah, we get to have him back at least one more time. But the moment, even in like the theaters when I saw No Way Home, the 2 times I saw it in theaters, the crowd was with me. Like, there was some like nerdy like applause with Andrew Garfield, right? But with Tobey Maguire, and I contributed, even like the second time when I was with my father. The first time I was with friends. But when I was with my father seeing it, I even nerded out seeing Tobey Maguire's intro. Like, yes! We get to see Tobey Maguire again! Tobey motherfucking Maguire! I would nerd, I know. So, would I be up to see him again? Sure. I would enjoy seeing him appear in Spider-Man 4. Like, have some of the cast from his Spider-Man come back and be in Spider-Man 4. And maybe that being the end to his like Spider-Man run, because I always thought that his run and the Tobey Maguire and the Andrew Garfield versions deserved at least one more movie to like. Well, at least with the Andrew Garfield, because I think that there could have been like one more movie to like wrap it up and redeem it in a beautiful knot. And I feel like with Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, with how like poorly the third one was received, I think it has a redemption arc for his Spider-Man movies. Even though the first two were phenomenal, and you can say that his appearance alongside with Andrew Garfield's appearance in No Way Home were their redemption arc. But Tobey Maguire's the Spider-Man for me. I want to see him in a Spider-Man 4. Just saying. Anyways, 3 minutes in, I have not even talked about the freaking article. So let's read. Tobey Maguire is more than happy to keep appearing in Spider-Man films. In an interview with Marvel.com, published on Thursday, and this article was published 21 minutes ago by the time I'm recording this, which is January 27th. Maguire, who plays Peter Parker in director Sam Raimi's original live-action 2000 Spider-Man trilogy, reflected on returning to the role in the 2021's MCU's movie Spider-Man No Way Home, which saw him reunite with the older Spider-Man actors Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield. When they called initially, I was like, finally! I got the call and was immediately open about coming to do this. Jeez, Tobey Maguire's 47? He looks good! Ralph Macchio, who's in his 60s, also looked good. Like, they're like, to be a 60-year-old, because I thought like Ralph Macchio was like in his 30s. I know I'm kind of like going off topic with Ralph Macchio, but my point is, I thought like I guess it makes sense that Tobey Mcquire is in his 40s, but I thought like he was like in his late 30s or to early 40s. So he looks like really great. Really great. When they called initially, I was like, finally. I got the call. I was immediately open about coming to do this. Not without nerves, you know. What will this look like, and what will the experience be? But to get to show up with beautiful, talented, creative people and play together, it's just like, yes, it's fun and exciting. And he also added, Mcquire added that he would definitely say yes to any further projects Marvel might have in store for him. And this is him saying this, so quote unquote, I love these films, and I love to do the different series. If these guys called me and said, would you show up tonight to hang out and goof around? Or would you show up to do this movie or read a scene or do a Spider-Man thing? It would be a yes. Because why wouldn't I do that? Though Mcquire is more than happy to keep donning the suit, he did note elsewhere in the interview that the actual Spider-Man suit continues to definitely be a challenge at times when you got to get into the full thing. And that's understandable. I can't kind of... I know this is somewhat different because Tobey Mcquire is playing a role, but I'm a cosplayer. Go back... Sorry. Go back and see some of my shorts. See some of my streams where specifically the intros and outros of my streams. More than likely you guys will see at least one video, more than likely see me cosplay in the intro or outro. It's rare when you don't see that in the intro or outro. And at times, yeah. My cosplays can be a pain to get in. So you guys know I do cosplays and I do TikTok videos. This is like the main thing that keeps me cosplaying. Keeps the love alive. So yeah, at times going to cosplay can be a pain in the ass. I'll admit. And even though I don't know, I don't think I will ever, unless if I'm in Tobey Smith's position, I don't think I will ever truly, fully understand where he's coming from. But to a certain extent, as a cosplayer, I get the part where definitely being a challenge at times when you've got to get into the full thing as a cosplayer myself. So that I can vouch for sure from experience. So he continues saying, but then once you're comfortable, there's something fun about it. And I can also attest to that too, as a cosplayer. So then he also continues, as an actor, it helps when you get into your costume. You begin to feel it more and embody it more. You start to feel pretty at home pretty swiftly. And then, the actor is not the only Spider-Man star from the Raimi's trilogy who is game to return in the future movies. In August, Bryce Dallas Howard, who co-starred as Gwen Stacy in 2007's Spider-Man 3, told people that the idea of returning to the role would be so fun. And Howard, Bryce Dallas Howard, is in her 40s, early 40s. I thought she was in her mid-50s. I mean, not in her mid-50s, mid-30s. Tobey Mcquire and Bryce Dallas Howard looks extremely good for the ages. I'm just gonna say that. And you call it simping all you guys want. It's true. They look extremely good. I do not think that they were as old as they were, because they look really good. They look younger. Anyways, I don't know why I'm focusing so much on age. Anyways, Bryce Dallas Howard says, since we are exploring multiverses, and by we're exploring it, they are exploring it, and I'm enjoying it. I will always be game. With Gwen Stacy, Emma Stone is my perspective as a fan is the definitive Gwen Stacy in that universe. So, and the cool part is, with the whole Gwen Stacy bit, since Bryce Dallas Howard did mention the multiverse, and even though I'm kind of getting tired of the multiverse being used as much as it is right now, because like the Ninja Turtles movie, Turtles Forever did it, the Arrowverse did it, Marvel's doing it, Star Wars is doing it. I am like, if there's ever a fatigue that I have in anything in fandom right now, is like multiverse fatigue at the moment. Sure, I really enjoyed the Into the Spider-Verse movie, but I'm kind of getting like the whole multiverse fatigue. Like, even though Into the Spider-Verse is and No Way Home are probably up there for me as like my top favorites in terms of multiverses, it's just I feel like studios are like maybe using that a bit too much now, because they notice that people are loving it. I feel like multiverses events should be held as events, as special occasions, real special occasions, and I feel like that's part of the reason why No Way Home did so well, why Into the Spider-Verse did so well, because those were special occasions. I feel like, and I feel like that's also why the Ninja Turtle movie Turtles Forever did so well. It's because especially at the time with the turtle, when Turtles Forever came out, barely anyone was doing the whole multiverse. Like, the whole multiverse thing wasn't in your face as much, and that was a special event because that also the Turtles Forever movie was a way to say goodbye to the 2003 Turtles. And they did it in such a cool way, having the 2003 Turtles meet the 1980s Turtles, which by the third act of the movie who also met the original Mirage Comics Turtles. So cool. But my point is, that I was going to get at with the whole Gwen Stacy thing. Bryce Dallas Howard could play Gwen Stacy, the normal Gwen Stacy, the Gwen Stacy we saw from into Spider-Man 3. Emma Stone has they could go two routes with Emma Stone. Have her be Gwen Stacy from the Amazing Spider-Man movies, or be a different Gwen Stacy, but this Gwen Stacy being Spider-Gwen. And have that first time of Gwen Stacy be her own thing. Maybe yeah, Andrew Garfield was Spider-Man in her universe as well. But maybe he's still around, or he may have died, or in her universe, there's a there's her Spider-Man looks like the MCU's Spider-Man, but it's a different version of Spider-Man, and maybe Spider-Gwen is that person Spider-Man's mentor. Who knows? But since they are wanting to do the whole multiverse thing, since Bryce Dallas Howard's saying that, depends on how they put that whole thing in. That could work nice. But getting back to the topic at hand, Tobey Mcquire, I would so love for him to come back as Spider-Man. Maybe not another multiverse movie. I mean, even though if he is, I would definitely I'll be one of those people that will accept it, because like I said, Tobey Maguire is the Spider-Man for me. But I would accept it in terms of kind of hard to explain my point right now. Even though I would accept it if he was in another multiverse movie, I would rather see Tobey Mcquire be in his like own Spider-Man movie. Have it be Spider-Man 4. I know it's like what, a little bit over 2 decades since Tobey Mcquire was in his own Spider-Man movie. But if he's willing to be Spider-Man again, and how good he still was in No Way Home, I got faith in the man. I think the actress who played Aunt May for his Spider-Man is still alive. So they could still bring in the whole Aunt May thing. If I think it's Rose... I forget the actress' name, I know at one point. But if she's still up to it, I'll be able to see her too. And maybe at this point, like, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is married to Mary Jane, and maybe finally Mary Jane has her shit pulled together, because I I don't mind Kristen Dunst as an actress, but her Mary Jane was a hot mess. She was with a guy who bullied Peter Parker in the first movie, but turns out in the first movie she made out with him, saying "I love you" at Norman Osborn's funeral. And Peter Parker said, "Yeah, I can't be that at the moment." And then she gave Peter Parker a hard time for simply missing one of her plays. And it wasn't his fault. It was at the end of the movie they got together. And then the third movie, which admittedly is not entirely her fault, because she was scared that Harry Osborn was going to kill Peter. But she broke up with Peter due to Harry, but she kissed Harry, kind of like was cheating on him, you can say. And then I'm not even sure if they were back together by the end of the third movie. But No Way Home confirmed that Mary Jane and Peter Parker were a thing again. So I'm hoping, if Spider-Man 4 comes around with Tobey Mcquire, that Mary Jane has her shit together. Because, my God, I was annoyed with Mary Jane. I'm really mad at Mary Jane for Peter's sake. And I don't typically get involved in that type of shit. Because, I'm typically more of a guy of action and story. But my God, Mary Jane was a dick to Peter. Or was unnecessarily complicated. My point is, I would maybe Peter and Mary Jane are married, have a kid. I don't know if they ever had a kid in the comics. Let me know. Maybe this kid has Peter's spider powers, and maybe in this movie, Peter Parker dies, and the Spider Kid, depending on how old they are, we'll guess in this scenario this would be a he. Spider Boy will be taking Papa Spider's place as Spider-Man. I know I explained that weird. And I don't know, that would be a cool passing the torch type deal. Or maybe Peter Parker doesn't die and that still happens. I don't know. Because maybe Peter Parker is getting too old to be Spider-Man, and with his son having spider powers, that could be a good way of ending the movie where, yeah, I'm done as Spider-Man, and have us fans keep theorizing how what would Spider Boy turned man be? The new adventures of the new Spider-Man or whatever. Would that be a good idea? Let me know, because I don't know if that would be a good idea or not. I was just spitballing here. But the point is, I would be open to see Tobey Mcquire come back as Spidey. But what do you beautiful people think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Learn over today. Be kind to one another. And I will talk to you fellow mutants later. Later, taters.